Most of us doubt ourselves when it comes to learning something new or trying something new. We say we want to do it. We say we have so many ideas that we want to execute. And then when it comes to actually trying to learn something, then you are like, oh, we don't have the time. Or nahi yaar, the classic, iska kya fayda? I used to fall into that category of people where I would keep on thinking, like, oh my God, I have this great idea for an application. Oh my God, I have this great idea for a website. Wow, it would be so cool if I could create it. So this video is basically me telling you why I decided to learn web development as an actor. So before we move forward in the video, I request you to please hit the like button and subscribe and share. It's free. So during the pandemic, I decided to test myself. I wanted to see if I have the ability to learn something new, to learn something which is not even remotely close to what I do or what I have been doing in my life. So I decided to choose web development. So I've done my graduation in mass media. I've been acting for more than 6 years now. I have been involved in writing content for people. I have been involved in directing short films. I have been an assistant director on ads. I have been a social media consultant. Now I am a person that loves boasting about himself. But the real reason why I mentioned about my creative background is because I knew that when I would take a web development program, it was going to be a challenge for me. Never had the slightest idea what happens in designing a website, in developing a website, how the website functions internally. HTML to me were just 4 letters that had something to do with websites. So then I started the journey of searching for web development programs, and I had to choose a program which required me to put in some of my own money, so I am accountable for finishing that program. I wanted to join a program which had structure, which had assignments, where I would get feedback for my assignments, where if I wasn't doing a good job, I would not get a good grade. So upon researching a lot of programs, like you should whenever you want to learn something online, I decided to do the full stack web development internship program by Edureka. Now, even though I am working with Edureka, this is not a sponsored video. Like this, no one has paid me for making this video. The main reason for this video is to tell you why I learned web development as an actor. As I mentioned earlier, I wanted to learn something which was completely opposite from what I do in my daily life. I wanted to learn if I have the aptitude to learn something in a technical field. Because I feel a lot of times we tend to box ourselves and we label ourselves and we define ourselves that this is what we are, this is what we do. But we've never explored the other side, right? So how will you know if that side is for you, it's not for you? Only do it if you have the time though. And unfortunately during the pandemic, I did have a lot of time. And as I said earlier, I love to boast about myself. So how cool would it be for me to be like, hey, I'm an actor, but I can also develop websites. Okay, it doesn't sound that cool, but when you know what goes into making something like a website, you'll be like, wow, Chirag, that's great. That's great. And if you're one of those who thinks, oh my God, it's such an easy thing. Wow, why make such a big deal out of it? Well, kudos to you that you have mastered that skill to such a level that it's easy for you. But for me, it wasn't. Another major reason for learning how to learn web development was because I wanted to develop my own websites. You see, my friends and I, we keep having conversations. Well, that's what you usually do with your friends. You talk to them. But within these conversations, we come up with a lot of ideas. We have this imaginary book where we've put all of these ideas in. And few of those ideas are related to applications. I myself have thought of 3-4 different simple games that I would want to develop in the future. 3-4 ideas that I would want to, be a part of. So for me, it was essential that at least I know how to develop websites, what goes behind the development of any application. So when I am involved in such projects, I will at least have some knowledge of what goes into creation of these applications, and I will not be completely ignorant about it. And I feel that is very essential when you want to create something or when you want to do something. You at least need to know something about everything so that you are in a good position to lead, or you're in a good position to communicate with other people from your team. So I learned web development not so that it helps me in acting, but so that it helps me in life overall. And weirdly enough, learning web development has helped me in my acting. Because when I was trying to figure out my assignments for this program, and I found different ways to solve my problems. And within that process, I learned how to organize things better. Definitely, I learned how to solve problems in a much better way and an effective way. I learned how to not take stress. I learned how to dedicate my specific amount of time for specific things. And somehow, it is helping me with acting. I've also found few methods, few techniques that I have also developed that helps me with it, and it helps me function much better. And not only acting, it's helping with my daily life. So like for example, when you're coding, you need to keep your folders properly organized. You need to keep your code clean so it's visible, because you're writing 1,000 lines of code. Now somehow I've inculcated those qualities in my daily life. Like my calendar is sorted. I'm very well organized in that front. I keep everything clean so that I don't have to stress about finding something. When it comes to my lines in my script, I break them down in a much more effective way. And that's what I realized the beauty of learning something new. I do want to make a video in detail about just learning overall and whatever I've learned in the past. If you're interested, please hit the like button or please comment. That would help me a lot. So yeah, this program with Edureka and just learning web development overall has greatly benefited me. Like I had no clue that learning something new will have an impact on how I deal with things personally. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this entire video. If it has helped you even little, like 0.1%, do like, do subscribe, do share this video with anyone, and do comment what skill it is that you want to learn but find it very difficult to do at this point in your life.